Please welcome Minister of Communications and Information Technology, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, His Excellency Abdullah Alswaha.
His Excellency, how are you? Pleasure. I think let's... So we just finished talking about Formula One and being in the driving seat. This is a discussion about the future and technology. His Excellency is sitting in the driving seat of future and technology in the kingdom. How do you see this, and what do you see tech revolution across the kingdom? Where do you see it going?
First of all, thank you for having me here, and it's an absolute pleasure to me among some of the greatest thinkers and doers of the global investment community. This is really a story of build and transform led by His Royal Highness. I remember 18 months back in my first meeting with His Royal Highness, we had a dialogue about how we're going to build and transform the nation. So I pitched to him and I said to him, we're really redefining engagement experience with a totally different ecosystem. This is an opportunity to connect patients and doctors, educators to students in a new way. And he said to me, that's all great, but what are you going to do about the foundation? At that time, internet speed in the kingdom was below the average. Fiber penetration, we were touching around 1,200,000 homes. And he said to me, what does it take in 90 days, in 6 months, in 12 months to patch the foundation, and then I'll meet you again talking about the transformational journey. And I remember I spoke to His Excellency, the Minister of Finance, and I told him the internet today is a human right. It's the largest and the biggest social equalizer and the largest economic driver. It's an opportunity for us to provide the same level of education and healthcare to urban areas and to rural areas. We need to invest. And this is when things got on steroids. We approved a $3 billion stimulus fund. Fast forward today, 18 months, from 1.2 million homes to 2 million homes. Internet speed have quadrupled, and today we're above the global average. And this is when we genuinely said, now it's the foundation to talk about transformation. And working closely with His Excellency, the Minister of Health, the Minister of Education, we've launched some transformational projects. The first one in healthcare, and I'm very proud of this specific program. We said, can we put a target for ourselves? So instead of the linear thinking of 2 doctor visits per year, doubling to 4 by 2020, can we double or triple that phenomena? And we said we can deliver 50% of all doctor visits from a smartphone app called Sahi. This app helped us reduce waiting time from months to weeks to see a specialist or a consultant. And the cherry on the top is that there are some specific use cases in which we were able to reduce the human errors in the medical field by 90%. And this is only the beginning. Because with AI and data, now we're experimenting with helping with chatbot capabilities, type 2 diabetes patients be able to cope with that disease, and oncologists diagnose specific cases of cancer with 80% accuracy.
So that's a lot of technology, that's a lot of investment. Do we have the ecosystem in place?
When it comes to the ecosystem, no matter how you spin it, as all nations and countries want to transition from the old economy to the new economy, the digital economy, it's really underpinned by a solid foundation, which is the backbone of the economy, and we just touched point on it. But then you have to elevate to data platforms and talent. And on data, this year alone, we have approved 2 significant policy changes that I think will be fundamentally changing the data landscape from the kingdom. The first one, we have approved a board for data and AI headed by the Crown Prince, because the critical success factors for driving a data and platform agenda is to be able to drive it top-down, focusing on the right use cases and executing with speed. And as a matter of fact, the first use case that we have released is a use case countering unemployment. What we have done is that we have looked at structured data from the Ministry of Labor, and different 20 data sources to be able to harness that data and figure out how many folks are applying for a job, couple it with data from the telecom infrastructure while protecting user privacy to be able to understand user behavior. And we have uncovered a lot of things. The first one is that those who were serious about finding a job woke up 7 o'clock in the morning, 8 o'clock in the morning, and they were roaming around with their phones trying to find a job. Those who were not woke up at 2 p.m., 3 p.m., and they needed a different program. These are clear examples about how we're moving at light speed, powered by the digital infrastructure and with data.
So you're bringing time into the hands of people. Very nice. The kingdom has a lot of opportunities, a lot of differentiators that allows it to, say, move faster than the rest of the world. Can you describe what we have here?
We already touched on the top-down transformation and the ability to execute with speed. But secondly, I want to talk about our youth. While the world is facing an aging challenge, we're facing an opportunity to harness the value that our youth can bring to the table. 60% of the nation is under the age of 30, and they spend a third of their day, 2 days a week, 100 days a year in the digital space. That's potential. How can we translate it into kinetic energy with technology, with innovation? Definitely that's going to pay dividends.
We've got the virtual youth at play. What impact do you think this immersive technology will have on the kingdom?
It's the third largest portfolio in PIF. It's currently, in terms of telecom, the 12th largest market globally. And in ICT, we're #1 in MENA. And in emerging technology, we're the fastest growing. We project that AI and data is going to bring to us a $10 billion opportunity. And to accelerate that, we have a proposal on the table of the Minister of Finance again to fund a $1 billion project for basic research, advanced research, to capture and reap that opportunity.
Wow. If all the Chinese and Americans, watch out, it's coming. What challenges do you see other than finance?
I think we're no exception. The whole globe is facing a capacity challenge, a cybersecurity challenge, and striking that consistency balancing between the private sector and the public sector. But rest assured, we are moving at light speed in accelerating and becoming the tech hub of the region. We're doing it with full confidence, clarity, and consistency. And one thing special and unique about us, once we partner for life.
Wow. I feel like investing right on the moment. Well done. I think we've met the time. Do you want to address anything else? Or?
It has been an absolute pleasure, and I welcome the whole global investment community to join hands with us in this build and transform journey.
Thank you.
Thank you.